is just a quick video about how our yard is laid out. I'll keep it quick. I just want to cover a few bullet points because I think it's helpful for you to know how we arrange things, how we organize things. Helps you feel a little bit more confident as you use the yard so you know you're not stepping on anyone's toes and putting your equipment in someone else's spot. And also it'll help you kind of contribute to that overall organization that we as a company really strive to have. So I'll just cover a few points here. So the first one, if you look down in the bottom corner, I'll guide you through with my mouse. We go in through the south gate and we exit through the north gate. It's also helpful that if when you get fuel at the fuel island, please face west. If you face west, that just makes it less likely that you'll end up nose to nose with someone and have to kind of wiggle around them. That's the general flow of the yard. As for how else you drive around the yard, whether it's this way or that way, it really doesn't matter. But you'll just kind of see there's a general flow that makes it easier to get into certain parking spots. So how the yard is laid out, you see up here in the top right corner, personal vehicles. Those are where you can park your personal vehicle. You can stay within the fence. Your car can be out of the way, so you don't have to worry about equipment hitting it or anything. And you can feel safe with your vehicle being here on the property and behind the fence, behind the closed gates at night. You'll see up here along the north fence is where we have the bobtail trucks. So if you're not hooked up to something, you can park over there. And then the rest of the yard's pretty straightforward. The first row of parking is for doubles trailers. Second row is mostly doubles as well. We have a few storage trailers and a couple other special spots that I'll touch here in a bit. And then along the west fence is where the single trailers go. So we have some assignments that we like to use to help keep the yard organized. I'm going to show you a little spreadsheet that I use. It just kind of looks like a picture here. And you can see that when it comes to the double spots in the first row and the second row, we assign the drivers to certain spots, helping drivers just kind of have a sense of pride having their own spot there. So when you drop trailers, if you have doubles, don't just drop them in any spot. Be aware that there are certain spots that are assigned to other drivers, and you have your own spot as well. If you do need to drop some trailers, pay attention to the open white spaces, as those are available spaces where you could drop trailers and swap around if you needed to. You'll also notice on here that there are some yellow spaces where we park emulsion trailers. Over in the second row towards the right, the emulsion sets. And then kind of in the middle, I have 35A, 36A, 37A, 38A. That's where drop emulsion trailers go. We like to keep them in those specific spots because they're kind of messy and we want to contain that mess. We don't want to spread around the yard. So pay attention if you ever use those trailers. That's where we like to park those when we're done with them. You'll also notice on here that there's these orange parking spaces, which are for our renters who pay money to park their equipment in our yard. Please be aware of that you don't want to park your equipment in their spots. They are paying for those. The open white spaces are where you can park additional trailers. Now, when it comes to the renters, it can be hard for you to know as we move renters in and out where their spots are specifically. And so we signify that by painting these green rectangles in front of their spots. As you can imagine, with weather, that paint fades. Sometimes it looks like this, and so we freshen it up to try and make it obvious. But please check, don't park in any renter spaces. If you're unsure, take a close look. Now, when you are parking, please try and keep your trailers in between the yellow lines. If they're not in between the yellow lines, loop around and do it again. We don't want to make it harder for someone else to park next to you. We don't want to make it likely that someone clips another trailer or piece of equipment. Make sure you're parking in between the lines, please. When it comes to maybe you come to park here and you need to drop a trailer and all the spots are full and you don't know where to put it. First option is you can call the office, call dispatch. The other thing is along this north fence, you can drop a trailer over there. Just be careful not to hit the concrete wall, of course. You can also drop it on the wash pad. That's another great spot. Now, what about if your trailers are loaded? Well, you cannot drop loaded trailers on the asphalt. Those landing legs can sink into the asphalt. So we've put concrete around the yard. There's concrete in the warehouse at the dock. There's concrete on the wash pad. All along the west fence, there's a concrete strip. And in the second row of parking, there's additional concrete strip if you ever need it. Lastly, when it comes to our yard, we're very proud of our facility. We want to keep it nice. We want you to feel comfortable here. We try and keep it clean. Please don't dump trash out. Please don't dump nasty stuff out. Please help keep it organized. We hope that it's a culture that you want to be a part of, that you'll enjoy being here, you'll be proud of it. Okay, thank you so much.